Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and good morning, or good morning if you're watching this in the morning. It is 7 a.m. for me, so that is the morning. All right, today I'm doing a plan with me and my Hobonichi weeks for May 20th through the 26th. And as you can see here, I am going to be using washi today, but I'm going to be doing a similar layout to what I did last week. I found that while I liked the simplicity of the layout from last week, one, I was missing a habit tracker, which I ended up putting on this post-it note here, but that kind of started to get in the way. So I do want to rearrange things slightly. And then also I found that washi just makes, like washi in color, so like stickers also, just makes me happy. And so I want to have it in my planner. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the bottom washi. I'm going to do a little bit of a different kind of style this time. So the washi that I'm using here is from Simply Gilded. I am on a no spend. However, when I started the no spend, I was still receiving the Simply Gilded. I had just started getting the Simply Gilded subscription box, and I kept it for 2 months and then canceled again. So I'm no longer receiving the subscription box, but these 4 washi were all from the, I think this was the March subscription box, and then there were a few other washi as well. I will leave information for the subscription box down below if you are interested in getting Simply Gilded washi and kind of building up your collection. The subscription box is a really fast way to build your collection around like a theme, and plus get some extra goodies as well that are all also around a theme. And I like it. It's just that it can start to build up really quickly, and you know, I'm only one person. I can only use so much washi. So anyway, I decided that I was going to use this blue like checker gingham check styled washi because I just really like the blue colors, and then the floral pink pastel there, and then these smaller 2 washi. I'm actually going to try and use this one as my vertical, and then maybe use this along the top, or at least along the top here. So I do, like I said, like this layout. I really liked how I had a little bit more space and kind of freedom just to write things down. However, like I said, the thing I was missing was the tracker. And as soon as I finished filming the video, I was like, I forgot a tracker. Like, what was I thinking? So I used that post-it note as a temporary tracker, or like a, not a temporary, but a, to put in my, so that I had a tracker, but it didn't really work that well for me. Okay, it's a little bit of a rough cut there, but whatever. This green cutting tool that I'm using is the slice tool, and this can be found on Amazon. I think it can also be found in either Joann's or Hobby Lobby if you want the gray version, but the green version's online. I personally don't really like using it in the Hobonichi because you have to have a very light pressure. If you have heavy pressure, then you will basically slice through all the paper, especially the Tomoe River paper because it's so thin. So you have to have a very light pressure, and I still find that it still ends up slicing through the paper occasionally. I at least haven't been able to find a good, haven't been able to use this successfully on the Tomoe River paper without slicing it. So I tend not to use it. I just used it here in the corner because I knew I wasn't going to actually be touching the paper. But yeah. So this tiny, I think this is like a 5mm washi, is silver, and it is super shiny and gorgeous. And that's gonna be my divider. I know that she has vertical bows. Irene from Simply Gilded does offer these like vertical bows where the bows, so like right now these would be horizontal. So the bows are all kind of sideways, but she has ones where the bows are, you know, are laid more vertically, but I do not have that. So how has everybody's week been? Last week was kind of, I'll be honest, it was a little bit rough for me. I don't know, I've been in kind of a mood funk where just I haven't really wanted to do anything. I like went into the week wanting to be super productive and then ended the week feeling highly unproductive. And I'm hoping I can kind of get back into a more, like a better mindset. I don't know. It was really weird. My husband even was like, you seem really tired and sad. And I'm like, I don't know. I just had an exhausting week. So that apparently was really obvious. So I'm still gonna do the washi down the middle here. This one will be easier to lay down because and get it straight. So let's see, what did I do last week? I don't even remember. Last week, let's see, I did not go to dinner. Oh, my husband and I saw The Hustle, and I don't know how I feel about that movie. It was a fun movie. That's the movie with Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson, and they're both con artists, and they end up working together. It was a fun movie, and like there were definitely parts where like I laughed and thought were funny, but at the same time, like it wasn't, like I left the movie going, and my husband kind of agreed with this, where we both thought if you thought about the movie too hard, or if you thought about the movie a little bit too long, it wasn't as fun, and it was just a little bit more, not confusing, but like just things didn't line up. So I don't know. It was not a movie I would see again. I guess I would recommend it if you maybe had a list or like a gift certificate to see a movie and wanted to see like a female comedic movie. I think it was pretty good. But the ending, we were both like, I don't know, we didn't think it was necessary. And then what else did we do? So then I did a whole lot of nothing for pretty much the entire week. So last week was really boring for anyone interested in what I was doing. I just basically worked a whole bunch. I tried doing this project with my students. So my students they're all adults, and they are the most advanced level of English. So they're all supposed to be like basically proficient, college ready. In fact, 2 of them graduated from undergraduate, and they're currently waiting to get accepted into a master's program. So it's not that they're not able to do the work, even though I think it's maybe either a lack of motivation or just like it was pushing them beyond doing what they were used to. But I had them read this article, and then they had to summarize it. But it was like a 10-page article that I had them read together as a group, and then they had to summarize it into like 600 words or less. And they had the hardest time with it, which is funny because I've definitely done this activity before. My husband's done it, and his students have been successful at staying within the word range, and they were not able to. Like they went like, I think like 100 or 200 words over. So it was kind of funny. Let's see. So this Saturday is my birthday, which I'm super excited about. I might go see a movie. I haven't decided yet. My husband, in theory, has a photo shoot scheduled, but we're not sure because the person hasn't gotten back to him. I think it was like 1 p.m. to 8. it's supposed to be done at like a corporate office, and it would just last the entire day and people could come in and out. But he hasn't heard back from them, so we don't know if it's actually gonna like go through or not. I'm thinking I might watch on Friday. I might watch the movie Aladdin. I think it comes out early on Thursday, and then, you know, actual releases on Friday. My husband and I were going to get tickets for that last night, but we messed up on when we were scheduling the tickets, and had to wait 15 minutes using the AMC app, and so we both ended up just falling asleep and forgetting. And then let's see, the other thing is I'm going to see the movie John Wick. I think it's called Parabellum. In the movies, if you're not familiar with John Wick's like this action movie with Keanu Reeves. And it originally, the first movie starts out with he is like a retired assassin, and basically his wife gives him a dog, and then some misinformed like guys like break into his house and kill his dog, and so he basically goes on a revenge rampage. And everybody who knows John Wick is like, you shouldn't have killed the dog, shouldn't have touched the dog. Like, I'm not surprised. So, and then it continues into a second movie, and now this third movie. So it's kind of interesting. It's definitely a lot of action fighting action sequences, but it's kind of interesting seeing the kind of assassin world that they've created. All right. Oh, Friday is also the end of term. So end of term happens every 4 weeks at my school, which also means I need to have grades in. So here's what I'm going to do. This is all of the events and things that are happening this week. And then here, I'm still gonna do fitness. I'm still gonna attempt to do fitness. And then, actually, you know what? I might just do the washi all the way across. I was gonna leave this empty so I could write things in, but this is my planner. I've been doing the same thing for several weeks. I guess I probably would know that the left column is going to be important things, and then the right column, like I don't need to write it in, right? For me, that might be redundant. All right, so I'll just use that at the top. I think that's a little bit crooked, yeah? Oh well. Okay, so then here I'm gonna do fitness, which I'm gonna try and fill in. I've been really bad about following through even when I write it in, schedule it in. So I think I just need to brainstorm off camera and kind of visualize and intentionalize like how I'm going to exercise more. I'm thinking I need to actually sign up for like a real life in-person race, because that's the only thing that I feel gets me motivated. I feel like for running and exercising, I need a definitive like external motivator. So, which in this case would be like a real in-life race that I've spent money on, and I don't want to like not go and waste money, and I don't want to be like the last person to finish. And finishing last is not bad. Like that's not the thing. It's the finishing last because I didn't train and I know I could do better. Okay, so then on this side, this is where I'm gonna do the to-do list. So here's where I'm gonna have my squares for what to do, and I'm still gonna follow the same kind of pattern where if this is the horizontal for Monday, then this would continue to be the imaginary horizontal, and this rectangle will be Monday, and so on. And then over here, here's where I'm gonna do the tracking and also the reports for students. So let me do that first, student reports. I just have to do reports every 4 weeks for students. Fortunately, my classes are very small. I have 2 students right now. Let's see, so reading, writing, listening, speaking. I have to give comments in all 4 categories of English: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. And then for my TOEFL class, I have, let's see, 1, 2, I have 3 students. And so again, reading, writing, listening, speaking, and then there's also a general comment, which is a little bit strange because we have general comments for the electives and workshops, but not for core. And we see core students more often. I feel like that would also be useful. But anyway, so these letters here are the first initials of each of my students. And then as I complete the sections, I will cross off the WRLS and then the G. So that's how I track. And then I was thinking I could do, maybe I'll do this floral again and cut it in half to make a thinner washi. Or I can just rip it because that happens too. But I think I want to do like a divider with this floral washi. I don't know if you can even tell. How is the, oh wow, that is really crooked. Let's see, can I make this any straighter? Sometimes cutting washi, it's almost like not even worth it. Actually, you know what? It's not worth it. I have another washi. I have this bow washi, which was part of the same Simply Gilded subscription kit. I wasn't going to use it because I was trying to avoid using bow washi, but maybe I will use it. I'm just kind of impatient when it comes to cutting washi. All right. And I do want to get a little bit more color into the planner. All right. I'm so sorry if my hand is like completely over the page. You'd think I'd never filmed before, who knows? Okay, so there's the tracker for my student reports and then just regular weekly tracking. For weekly tracking, I'm gonna just pull this off right now and I'm going to be doing vitamins, which I've been much better at this week. And journaling, which I did a little bit on yesterday, because I was attempting to film, and I'll hopefully have that video up. Reading, which I've been really unsuccessful at this week. I did no reading. 15-minute tidying, which usually just means that I clean the kitchen up, and then hand care in the morning, which I was successful with at the beginning of the week. Actually, I've been fairly successful with. In the mornings, yes, at least, yeah, I was. It's the evening hand care that I really struggle with because I always forget. Okay, and then we're gonna do, I don't know if I have enough space. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Oh, I really have to go to the very edge. Okay. I also don't know what I'm doing. I did the letters too far down, and so now this is going to be a cross out rather than a check off. I just made a whole bunch of extra work for myself. Oh well. Okay, so in theory, I would have just done a single Monday through Sunday above above where the vitamins are, and then I would have just done checklists, kind of more of like this sort of layout where I just have checklists with the days of the week going on top, but I messed up, so I just went ahead and did all of them. And to me that looks really cluttered, but whatever. All right, I don't really have a whole lot here. I might put a quote in. I feel like I'm needing some sort of like motivational quote. So I don't have one right now, but I'll probably fill one in. There was this pen that I was using did I use it here? No. Did I use it in the back? No. There's this pen, it's the Le Pen Flex. So if you're familiar with Le Pen, the regular Le Pens have a fine tip nib, like marker nib. Let me see if I can let me do a pen test on the back. This is the lavender color. Or they call it amethyst, lavender, amethyst. Okay, so this is the Le Pen fine tip marker, and as you can see, a little bit of shadowing, right? No bleed through, even with the part that I scribbled on. And then this pen that I found recently is the Le Pen Flex, and it has this like flex nib. This allows you to do that, the thick thin, which is, if I go really slowly and spread it out, I'm able to create this like calligraphy, and this is in dark gray. I would have gotten the black. They do have blacks and other colors, but the place where I got it didn't have any more black. There we go. And then this one also shadows, but does not bleed through at all. So I might take this lip pen, and if there's a quote, I might end up putting it here. It depends on how long the quote is. So I don't have one yet. I'm gonna probably go online and try to find one. And then here will be my to-dos, here will be exercise, which I need to figure out, and then here's my schedule. So this is what my final spread looks like for this week. Let me just lay this down. Oh, the pen that I'm using here is the same Muji like Hexa gel pen. It's basically a hexagonal pen, and it's in the 0.25, so it's a like needle tip, very, very thin, perfect for doing lines, but not being like really obtrusive. And then, like I said, I might use the Le Pen later on. So that is it for this spread. Here's all the washi that I use kind of all together. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, let me move this up a little bit. Okay. There we go. Oh, and then the last thing, I've mentioned this several times before, but these little, in case this is your first time watching my videos, these are the Muji sticky tabs that you can find in a 4-pack. So that is everything that I used on this spread. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please check the description box below for all the stuff that I've used. And if you still have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below. I will get to them as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching and for your support. I hope you have a great last full week of, I think this is the last full week. Yeah, last full week in May. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.